Hello there, friends. It is Jimmie Maverick, and it is Christmas morning. I got my first real fantasy draft happening today. I am in the Piggy Bank Picks Instagram Experts Football League. It is a 10-team PPR league. I'm going to be picking 10th, and let me tell you what, man, picking on the horn like that, picking on the ends, it alleviates a lot of drafting issues that you normally have to pay attention to. For instance, when I'm in a live draft situation, I always like to track what the person in front of me and the person behind me are taking so I can strategize about who I'm going to focus on in each round of the draft. Well, in this case, there's only one team that is in front of me and behind me because of the way the snake draft works. So that makes my life a little bit easier. Also, another thing that makes my life a little bit easier is that we are going to be using the positional dominance strategy to win our league today. And so what that means is the goal is that I'm going to use a pick in my first 6 picks on an elite tight end and an elite quarterback. So because of that, I usually track how many quarterbacks and how many tight ends have come off the board, but I don't need to do that now because I'm going to be taking those positions so early that I won't need to worry about tracking them if I was in a larger league and I was going to wait to take my quarterback. So that all makes my life a little bit easier. We are going to use my app, which is My Perfect Fantasy Draft. You can access it by going to my website, fantasyfootballmaverick.com. It is a great program. We have it already set up. So you can see here that Fantasy Football Draft Rankings, we're in a PPR league. This is going to be for a snake draft, league size 10, draft position 10. So up here we got position filters. So if you want to look at just quarterbacks or running backs, we can do that. Down here we've got all the rounds of the draft. And of course, because we are on the horn, our 2 picks are together. So that's going to help things. Down here is recommendations. I'm just going to minimize that because I already know what my recommendations are, but this is just going to show the names. And then down below here we got the player list. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you would already be familiar with how my app works. But basically what we're doing is, when I'm looking at this pick 10, the list of players that we're looking at is we're going to look at all the players between pick number 7 and pick number 32. So there's a little bit of overlap on each end. You can see these little guns here. These guys are all long shots, and all that means is that their expected draft position is before our actual pick, so their chances of actually making it to our team are less than a 50-50 shot. On the other end, you see these little hands down here. These are long shots, and what this means is these players are reaches. The hands mean reaches, and these are the players that are going to be the long shots on the next round. So on my round 3-4 pick, players like Zach Ertz, Adam Thielen, Kerryon Johnson, and Devonta Freeman all have basically a 50-50 shot to make it. So that's going to influence how we're going to draft this team. Now, let me just look here. So we got 34 seconds till the app starts. One other thing is I have engaged Jimmie's recommended player filters. So we have removed any player who has a consistency ranking of less than 4 in the top 100. We've removed players with an injury issue in the top 75. We've removed players in the top 50 who change teams. We removed overvalued running backs. So if their value less their ADP is greater than 25 in the top 100, I've eliminated them. Done the same thing with overvalued wide receivers. And then for running backs, if they're over the age of 28 in the top 50, I've removed them. And wide receivers over the age of 30 in the top 100, I've removed them. So those players have already been cut from the list. So like, for instance, the new team filter. Okay, so look at this. The draft has started. The new team filter basically says that players like Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, those guys are not going to appear on my draft list, and quite frankly, I'm okay with that, especially Antonio Brown. Is there a chance where I will say, I think I might have to take Antonio Brown? I think I'm just going to leave that risk to somebody else's team. So we'll see what happens. This is very exciting. So let's look at the first round. So here's the situation. I realized, obviously my strategy implores me getting a top 3 tight end, but all the tight ends are expected to be gone by my 3rd pick, and I would love to be able to save a 3rd pick and grab Zach Ertz, who you can see here is a reach. That means he's going to be a long shot on the next round. I can't count on that. Not in this draft. So one of my picks is going to have to be Travis Kelce, and I do not expect Kelce to be taken in the top 9 picks. So he's going to be one. And then the question is who am I going to take? Am I going to take a running back or am I going to take a wide receiver? We'll see who comes through. Now, if one of the elite wide receivers, Davante Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, if they somehow make it to be the 9th pick, I'm pretty sure I'm going to take them just because they offer the best value. If these guys are gone, my top choice would be then to go running back. I do like I do like James Conner. Right here. Oh, look, my work is all messed up. I was like, where is he? Oh, he's right here. James Conner. And so that's kind of what we're gonna look at. So who do we have taken so far? So we've got the obvious ones, right? Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey have all come off the board in the first 3 picks. Very typical standard start to your draft. I'm sure yours will be the same. But let's go ahead and get our guys queued up. So I want Kelce, right? And I definitely want to go ahead and get, let's see here. Where are they? Let's go to wide receivers. There's Davante Adams. There's DeAndre Hopkins. My third choice for wide receiver would definitely be Juju Smith-Schuster. He offers excellent value, excellent outlook, high reliability, very good consistency. I think he offers tons of upsides. Let's queue him up as well. And then for running backs, we got Gurley and we've got Connor. So we're going to have our picks here, and I'm definitely going to go running backs in the 3rd and 4th round. So I already know that that's what I'm going to do. So I kind of like the idea of going with an elite wide receiver just because the value is so substantial, and our tight end are the number 1 tight end in the league. And then in the next round, we'll get ourselves 2 awesome running backs. And I'm sure we're still going to be able to get some very good ones. So, Le'Veon Bell, Zeke Elliott, DeAndre Hopkins just came off. And Davante Adams just came off. Okay, that's not surprising. Again, they were long shots to begin with. So now we've got the FF squad. Oh, I'm sorry. Still, pick 8 is on the board, yellow. And look, you can see David Johnson still on the board. Now, David Johnson, I think I would have to take if he somehow made it to us at pick 10. I don't expect that to happen. But guys like Michael Thomas and Julio Jones, not really interested in them this season. Michael Thomas plays on a low-volume passing offense. He is an excellent player. He absolutely deserves his $100 million contract. But I actually had him last year, and he was a great second-round pick. But and look at that, he just came off the board. He was a great second-round pick last year. But his consistency was very poor, and that is something that you typically see on low volume pass offenses. When there's typically around 500 pass attempts, there's just not enough volume to sustain a player week in and week out, even a number 1 receiver. So I tend to just stay away from wide receivers on those kind of teams. The lone exception to this rule, DeAndre Hopkins. The guy is an animal. He is amazing. He gets this unbelievable share of the offense. It's over 30%. And because of that, he bucks the trends, and he's the lone player from a low volume. Look at this. Okay, so we're back. Oh, okay. Not surprised that David Johnson did get taken. So we're going to go, I think, with our initial plan. Let's go ahead and we will take our tight end, and we'll take an elite wide receiver in the 1st round, just because it's going to be a while before we take a second receiver, and they do drop off quickly. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take Juju, and I'm going to take Kelce. And we are on our way. So I'm very happy with that. So let's just jump away from the board here. We'll go to our app, and we're going to look at the 3-4 round now. And you can see that the app is recommending more wide receivers, Brandon Cooks and Robert Woods. We are not going to be getting a wide receiver in this round because we got Juju. We definitely need to get 2 running backs. And so Kerryon Johnson is the top running back recommended to us on this round. And I do very much like his outlook this year. Let's just filter for just running backs so we can take a look. His value rank is 23, so we're going to get good value from this player. And I do love Kerryon since they cut Theo Riddick his pass volume went up. That upped his value. And that's why he's moved into my recommend list. Outlook 4 stars. Now his reliability is low. He missed 6 games last season, but it was only a sprained knee. So there was no surgery. There was no, it was just a recovery for the sprained knee. The guy is back. He's 100%. Consistency ranking 9 out of 10 in the games he played. That just means he's involved. Regardless of how the team is doing, even if they're doing poorly, and you know that the Lions did very poorly last year on most weeks, he was still involved. So he is absolutely the kind of guy that we want. Now, who else is on this list? Well, we got Damian Williams, we got Marlon Mack, James White, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Devonta Freeman, Chris Carson. So there are some good options. Oh, and David Montgomery, all right? So as far as who we should pick for a second one, I kind of like the idea of going with a rookie. Josh Jacobs he doesn't offer great value. He's a little bit overvalued, but not bad. It's only, we would be at pick 31 taking him. His value rank is 38. Of course, will also wait to see if any long shots make it to us. I'm going to say that that's probably not very likely. Damian Williams is one who I have liked in the past, but I am kind of fading him right now. There's a lot of buzz about Darwin Thompson, and also talk about a timeshare in Kansas City, which obviously scares me from taking someone like Damian Williams. I obviously love the offense. It'd be great to have another piece of that Kansas City offense, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get Darwin later. Marlon Mack is good, but he doesn't catch a lot of passes, and that's one thing. We're in a PPR league. I definitely want pass-catching running backs. And David Montgomery down here is another one who fits the bill. Devonta Freeman's one that fits the bill, too. And am I willing to take the risk on Devonta Freeman? He's gotten really good buzz in training camp, but man, he has just been terrible the past 2 years, and that is a scary prospect. So I'm not sure I'm going to be willing to take the gamble on him as far as this season goes. Let's go ahead. I'm going to queue some guys up so we have our options on the board. So there's Kerryon, there's Devonta, there's Josh Jacobs. Let's see here. Well, there's Damian Williams. I'm going to stay away from Damian. I mean, we already got Kelce, so we're good with Kansas City right now, and I might try to get Mahomes. Obviously you want to get an elite quarterback and an elite tight end. I definitely have the number one quarterback and number one tight end. If I did that, that would give me a huge advantage on a week-to-week basis on this kind of a league. And there's David Montgomery right there. Now, I am not projecting that David Montgomery would make it to our next pick. He's currently going at 50, which means he's a long shot. He's like a 50-50 shot, and I might be willing to gamble that he would make it. Although this is an experts league, and I'm guessing that a lot of these guys are going to get taken earlier than you would expect just because it is that kind of a league. So we are towards the end of the second round right now. Odell Beckham came off the board late. We got Nick Chubb off. That's about right. James Conner just came off the board. Antonio Brown just came off the board. So good luck with that. I hope that works out for you. Today, the Raiders general manager just said, "Are you in or are you out, Antonio?" Because it doesn't seem like you're in right now. So I don't know. I think he's a cut or trade candidate at this late stage. Huge risk taking him there. I would never take him in the second round as my wide receiver one. I think that's just crazy. With everything that's going on with his drama right now, I just don't even want to deal with that. So, but other guys on the board, we got Melvin Gordon still on the board. Joe Mixon still on the board. Now, that would be, boy, if he made it to us at 30, that'd be amazing. I do not expect that to happen. Fournette is another good guy. Again, a low reliability player. He's had some problems the past 2 years, but his value and his consistency are top notch. When he's healthy, he will be an RB1. So that's the risk there. Oh, it looks like someone just took Joe Mixon. I mean, the chances of him making it to me right now, it's still like 10 picks till my pick. So I'm not belly aching about that at all. But I do like the idea of maybe the Kerryon Johnson, Josh Jacobs combo, and then hoping and praying that Montgomery makes it back to us in the next round, because that would be killer. But I'm just reluctant to take Montgomery early because his value isn't great. His value is 52. So we would lose like 2 rounds of value by taking him early. I know lots of people are very much sold that he's going to be the RB1 on that backfield, but I see a very crowded backfield. Tariq Cohen, you got Mike Davis back there. It's just a situation that makes me nervous. I'd be willing to take a chance on him with my 5th pick, but definitely not with my 4th. It's still too early for me. Oh, look, someone just came off the board. Oh, look at that. One of my picks. Someone just took, Carry-On. Oh, jeez. Of course they did. Oh, and look at that. Someone just took Devonta Freeman. Wow. Look at that. Okay. So that is not surprising, but again, this is an experts league, so this is the sort of stuff that you have to expect. Let's jump back to the list right now. Marlon Mack does offer decent value. Aaron Jones is just such a risk. I just can't see taking a risk on him this early. But certainly Fournette. Oh, Fournette's gone. Gordon's still on the board. Look at that. I'm not surprised. I would not touch Gordon. I'm not going to touch him. Jacobs is still there. And Montgomery is still there, if we want to take him. Look, Derrick Henry's still on the board, although he's not a pass catcher. That's the big issue here. I really want guys that are going to be pass catchers. And in this group, it's thinning out. It's thinning out very quickly. And we'll have to see what happens as it gets to us here. So let's see here. So who else is coming off the board? Oh, Fournette came off. And so that one's off the board. Wow. Okay. These guys are going earlier than expected, and this is just what's going on in fantasy drafts. The running back category is very thin, and so it's just one of those things where people are going to be focusing on the running backs. Let's look at wide receivers, though, because not a lot of wide receivers are getting taken, so they're still good guys. Look at that. Keenan Allen, T.Y. Hilton. Oh, my God, he's still on the board. Amari Cooper, not really interested in. Edelman, not really interested in. Thielen's good. But these are guys that definitely offer some serious value at this point in the draft. I mean, if we look at Keenan Allen, who is dealing with an injury right now, so he's not even going to appear on my list. But T.Y. Hilton, let's look him up because he is on the list. T.Y. Hilton offers value rank of 21. I don't think I can pass on that. At pick 30, if he makes it to pick 30, that is definitely worth a look there. Oh, look, someone just took Montgomery. Someone just take him. Yeah, see, they took him super early. I find that a very, very risky pick. And if we bypass a second running back, because again, the running backs have just cleared out, and I'm just not interested in these guys this early, I mean, oh boy, this is a tough one. I mean, Marlon Mack does offer good value on a good offense. They're gonna be productive. Doing a Jacobs Mack combo, I think that would be good. Let me put him on the queue. Damian Williams still on the board, so he is falling too. Boy, there are some decisions to be made here. And look, Zach Ertz came off the board, so just as I projected, the elite tight ends did not make it back to me, so I made the right decision by going early on Kelce. So it is almost back to our pick, and we are looking at who is T.Y. Hilton, Josh Jacobs. Who else is here? Let's see here. Julian Edelman, Adam Thielen, Brandon Cooks. Oh, boy. I think I'm going to have to go with T.Y. Hilton. Just the value here is outstanding. Getting a second-round value in the third round, that is killer. And then to go with someone like Josh Jacobs. And then if we look to the next round running backs, let's look at the next round running backs in 5-6. I mean, there's some good options there. James White's a long shot, but Lindsey's there. Montgomery's gone now. Let's see here. Ooh, boy, man, it just really, really thins out. I think I got to go 2 running backs here despite this value. All right. So it came back to me, and, oh, man, I am just conflicted. I think I'm going to need to take the 2 running backs this round just because. And I love the value on Hilton, but if I don't get myself some decent running backs, there's not going to be any decent running backs. So let me just look at the running backs again. So, and Damian Williams. Oh man, Damian, you're killing me here. Damian Williams scores. He scores well, and I'm going to try to target Darwin Thompson later. Just get them both just to be safe. Oh boy. You know what? I'm gonna bypass. I just find the risk too high. Let's go ahead. We'll take Josh Jacobs, and we're gonna take Marlon Mack. So we got ourselves 2 running backs. I think they're 2 solid running backs. We got 2 guys here that are very good, and I think are both, well, Marlon Mack on an excellent offense, Josh Jacobs in a position to be, he is a first-round pick. The guy's going to get work. He's going to be involved in this offense. A little bit risky there, but I am okay with that pick. Let's move on to the next round. So in the 5th, 6th round. Now, one thing that is a long shot. Now, we want to start looking at quarterbacks, because we want to get an elite quarterback. Now, who are my elite quarterbacks? Who are my quarterbacks this year? Well, my top 3, according to value, Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, and Cam Newton. Now, these guys are in a very comfortable place as far as their draft position. Patrick Mahomes, if he makes it to the 5th round, I think I'm going to have to take him just to get the number 1 quarterback in the NFL. Is he due for a pullback? He sure is. Is he going to do 50 touchdowns? I don't expect him to, but 4,500 yards, 40 touchdowns. He's going to be the number 1 quarterback in the league this year. That offense is so good and so fast. But he is actually expected to be gone by pick 43. So he will probably not make it to us. Baker Mayfield is going at about pick 48, so even he is a long shot. So if we miss on both those guys by our next pick, what we're going to do is we're going to target Cam in the 7th round. And I'm very comfortable with waiting one more round for him. Now this round, we got to look at who we're going to take. So Philip Lindsay, absolutely on my list. I think he's a great option here. James White, also if he makes it to us, I think he's a great PPR option. I'm not thrilled with taking New England running backs, but especially before pick 100, but I think he offers a tremendous value at this point of the draft, and he's fair. He's a fair value. Tevin Coleman, though, doesn't offer great value. Tariq Cohen, not great value. Sony Michel, not great value. Miles Sanders, terrible value. Terrible. So let's look at the wide receivers on this round, and there are some good ones. Tyler Boyd, value rank of 36, so we get like nearly a round and a half of value by taking him. DJ Moore, we got Jarvis Landry, who's one of a personal favorite of mine. He's a little bit overvalued at this point. We've got Tyler Lockett, Sammy Watkins. All right, so let's go and there's some good options. So let's get some guys queued up. Let's see what's going on here. So there is lots of talk happening on the chat right now. What are they talking at? Gordon. Did someone take Gordon this early? That's kind of nuts. Oh, and look at that. Someone just took Patrick Mahomes. So that's fine. I figured he was not going to make it back to us. So we're just going to monitor what other quarterbacks are taken. Keenan Allen just came off the board. That's a tremendous bargain in the 4th round. That's amazing. Melvin Gordon's still on the board. And nobody is touching him. Julian Edelman just came off. Look, Brandon Cooks and Robert Woods still on the board. Those guys are favorites of mine. I think they're great, again, on a top-notch offense. And they would be great value at the next pick. Damian Williams still on the board, so he's sliding as well. If he makes it to us, I would definitely take him in the next round. Let's see here. Who else is still on the board? So there's Philip Lindsay. He's great. James White, he's there. Let's cue him up too. And let's look at let's look here at the wide receivers. We were talking about, now Godwin is one that I very much like. And Tyler Boyd right there. Sammy Watkins is a great choice. Again, an elite offense. You go for the elite players on elite offenses. Oh, and there's that stupid error message. I updated my system today, and now I'm getting an error message on this recording device. So let's see what's going on here. Melvin Gordon just got taken. Round 4, pick 8. Wow. All right. Good luck to him. We're actually going to be trying to get Eckler. We're gonna target Eckler, and hopefully we will be able to get him. Let's look at just the running backs right now. Derrick Henry still on the board. Wow. Kenyon Drake is one who I like very much, but he is injured right now, so I'm not touching him. Right. All right, let's just go back to the whole list and see who's at the top of the queue. So we got a lot of guys there. A lot of guys we're interested in. And again, at the right price, any player is good. So someone just took another one of my players. Godwin got taken. All right, Calvin Ridley got taken. Those are 2 excellent wide receiver 2s. Although I don't like Ridley that much this season, I think he's going to regress. Brandon Cooks still on the board. Nice. And Derrick Henry still on the board. Boy. Okay, I'm going to put him on the queue because if he makes it to us, that'd be great. I do not expect that to happen, though. We still have 5 more picks to go. Stephon Diggs, quality wide receiver 2. And, man, if I could get Henry and Williams or Williams and Lindsey, that'd be great, too. All right, so let's not get too greedy. Let's see what happens here, who people are taking. Kenny Golladay. Damian Williams just got taken. Bummer. Oh, right before my pick. Well, I was kind of dreaming there. But let's see and Brandon Cooks, if he makes it to us, man, that'll be fantastic. I would love to get Cooks. And who just got taken? O.J. Howard, tight end. We don't need to worry about our tight end. We already got that set. And Mahomes is gone. So we don't need to worry about getting Mahomes this round. Again, 2 more running backs would be awesome at this point. If I got 2 more startable running backs, that would be key to the success of this team and depth, having sufficient depth. So let's see what happens. Oh, only 2 more picks. This is nerve-wracking. Let's look at let's see here. And yellow is taking his sweet time right now. Pick history. Just going to go by team. Now let's just go back here. It's almost to us. Derrick Henry still on the board. Oh, just don't take him. Don't take him, game. Go somewhere else. Oh, man. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? Now, Henry is injured, right? So normally he'd be off my list, but he is offering such a tremendous value at this point, and I've already got my 2 starters, so I'm comfortable with taking him, even if he is not ready to go by week 1. So, again, any player is good at a certain point in the draft, and it's just determining how long he gets ignored for. So we'll see. And Game is going to take his full time, his full allotment. We got a whole list of players that we are interested in here. Probably the best value player at this point is Brandon Cooks. He offers, his value rank is 35, and we are now at pick, where are we at? Pick 50. So that's like a round and a half of value. Cooks and Henry, that'd be great. Look at that. Who did he take? Oh, he took Lindsey. Look at that. All right. So let's take a second wide receiver. I think Cooks is a great option here. And let's take Derrick Henry. Shoot, I'm going to take him. I mean, he is tremendous value at this point in the draft. The walking boot concerns me, but I'm taking him just because he is such a tremendous value. So good job there. I mean, Brandon Cooks is way better than Tyler Boyd as far as I'm concerned, because he is the one on that team. So let's go ahead and let's go to the next round. So it's recommending Robbie Anderson, Tevin Coleman, and Cam Newton. There he is. So this is definitely the round to take our elite quarterback. We have him queued up along with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is still on the board as well. So as far as who else do we want? Robbie Anderson, definitely. Let's look at what other running backs are available this round. So if Lindsey's gone, we got Coleman. We got, Lamar Miller, who's a boring, plain vanilla kind of guy. There's Eckler. Okay, so we are going to target Eckler and Newton on this next pick. So let's put Eckler. Oh, did he already get taken? Oh my gosh. Did he get taken? How did I miss that? All positions. Awesome. No, there he is. Yeah, he hasn't been taken yet. Good. That'd be ridiculous for someone to take him that early. But he is going to be, we're taking him super early on this next round, just like Cam Newton. Notice how his rank is at 102, but we're going to take him at pick number 80, right? And we're doing that because, or actually pick number 70, because it's well before when he is going to be considered by other players. Now, if Baker Mayfield makes it back to us, I would love to have Baker Mayfield on this team. So that would be tremendous. And let's see here. Who else do we have? Oh, we wanted to get Robbie on there. Let's get Robbie. Robbie Anderson is a great choice. He is a great player. Robbie Anderson, value rank 46, so tremendous value at pick number 70. 4 out of 5 star outlook, high reliability, medium consistency. So he's consistent enough to trust, and he really came on at the end of last season. And so he is definitely on my target list. Other running backs, geez, man, I mean, there's just not a lot outside. Darrell Henderson's another good one. So let's put Darrell Henderson on our radar too. Darrell Henderson. So if Eckler's gone, we could grab Henderson. And again, Henderson's a great play if Gurley, sits. If Gurley's not able to do it, guess what? Henderson's an RB1. It's an elite offense. So he is absolutely on the board for consideration. Any other wide receivers I want to consider here? Boy, I mean, Curtis Samuel is one who I love, but he doesn't offer great value. I'd like him if he slipped. Let's put him on the queue anyway, because I love that offense, and to team him up with Cam Newton would be amazing. Someone just took a player. Who'd they take? James White. Oh, good. I don't care about that guy. So, do we have a way to look at what everyone? No, it's just by rounds. They don't allow us to look at the other players on the draft board. That's interesting. So, where are we at? We are at pick number 56. Look at my nice long list to queue. And I absolutely recommend in your fantasy draft, use the queue. It is your friend. It will help you avoid missing a player that you liked from a prior round. If you have them queued up, they're going to be marked, right? You can see the queue. These guys are marked, Boyd and Watkins, and I don't expect either of them to make it to the next pick. But if they did, they'd be like, wow, that's such a great deal. I liked him last round. I like him even more this round. So use your queue, man. It makes all the difference in the world. Likewise, should there be a sudden outage, you will be able to, you won't have to worry about the computers auto-picking someone crappy for you, someone that you have no interest in. When you've got your queue set up, you're safe. You'll be able to log back in, fix your problem, log back in before, a catastrophe happens. But let's just kind of review the team right now. We got a little bit of time. So we started out, we got Juju Smith-Schuster and Travis Kelce. So great first start. Smith-Schuster and Kelce both have top 10 value, so very strong start to the draft. We then circled around. We got 2 running backs, Josh Jacobs and Marlon Mack, who are both good. I'm not sure I would put them in the RB1 category, but the RBs went very fast and heavy in the first 30 picks. I knew I was taking that gamble. I could have had instead James Conner instead of Juju Smith-Schuster, but I really like the idea of having Juju as my first. But that's what we did. So then in the last round, we took Derrick Henry and Brandon Cooks. I love getting Brandon Cooks as late as we did. That was a terrific steal. So I'm very happy with that. Derrick Henry, again, once he's healthy, the guy is rock solid. He's very reliable, and they are going to make him the central focus of this offense. You know why? Because Marcus Mariota and Ryan Tannehill are not good quarterbacks. That whole offense is going to have to run through the running back position. It's going to run through Derrick Henry. He already showed you what he can do. In each of the past 2 seasons, he's shown you what he can do when he's given the opportunity, and hopefully they are going to be smart enough to figure that out. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure the coaching, I'm not fully confident in this coaching staff, but I think it's good. So let's hear who else has come off. Cooper Kupp, Vance McDonald came off. That's about right for him. DJ Moore, Hunter Henry. So basically all the tier 2 tight ends are gone now. And, usually by pick 7, that's when pick 6 usually is when you got to take your tight end at the latest. Vance you've been able to get him in round 7 for the most part. But after this, man, boy, there's not a lot. There's not a lot of good options at tight end as far as being able to generate any sort of value for your team. I do expect there's going to be it's going to be a better year for tight ends than last year. But these guys are severely handicapped. Once you get outside of the top 7 or 8 tight ends, you are severely handicapping your team if you do not have yourself a tight end secured at that point. So let's see here. So Tyler Boyd just came off. So one of my queued players, A.J. Green, finally came off. That's interesting. They both got taken at the same time. Jared Cook, another tight end. And again, I think he's maybe a little bit better, but I don't trust players that switch teams in the offseason. So, that's not a player that I am focusing on at all. And also just the fact, going back again to New Orleans, they are a low-volume pass offense. There's not a lot of passing that happens on that team. It's a run-first offense. That's usually very good for tight ends, but because you have Michael Thomas there soaking up so much of the targets, I'm not sure there's going to be a whole lot available for Jared Cook. So, we'll see what happens there. Deshaun Watson came off. So, another quarterback just came off. I believe that is the second quarterback. Let's take a look here. Let's look at our quarterbacks. So, Rodgers, Ryan, Luck. I think that's about right. I think that is the second quarterback. Now, what about guys like Rodgers and Ryan and Luck? Now, Luck, of course, is injured right now. No interest in him. Aaron Rodgers, obviously quality quarterback, but I do not trust his durability. So I'm not looking at him at all. And Matt Ryan is so darn uneven on a year-to-year basis. I mean, in the past 4 seasons, he's had 2 fantastic seasons and 2 terrible seasons. And now they got a new offensive coordinator. What's he going to do? Which Matt Ryan's going to show up? I don't gamble on that, especially going for a quarterback early. I'm not going to gamble on that at all. Give me Cam, give me Baker. I think I'm going to go for Baker just because, man, I just love the offense so much. I'm so up on that offense, and I just can't wait. I got to see what happens. So look, Sammy Watkins is still on the board. He offers a tremendous value at this point in the draft. Anyone else? Eckler. So what we're going to do, let's get our quarterback and let's get Eckler. And I think that's going to really secure our running back core. That's a solid running back core we then have. And I very much like that for the upcoming season. So let's go and so Jarvis Landry just came off the board. Darius Geist just came off the board. Now Darius is an interesting character. He has not yet been cleared by doctors to play this season yet. So he is not back yet. And because of that, he's off my list. But he offers a lot of value here. I mean, I think he offers a great value, but there's a lot of things working against him this season. Big one also, possible rookie quarterback playing with him. So that's going to be an adjustment. We'll see what happens. I don't think Washington's going to be a very good team this year, so I'm really not interested in any Washington players. It's almost back to us. Mayfield is still on the. Oh no! Did someone take Eckler? Oh, someone sniped me. I guess got sniped. Austin Eckler just sniped. Oh, that makes me mad. I was so sure I'd be able to get him at this point in the draft. Let's look at other running backs. What other running backs are on the board at this point? Oh, look at that. Drake's still on the board. Cohen's still on the board. All right. So Miller, Coleman, Royce Freeman, Rashad Penny. Now we are at pick number 70. So these guys that weren't great values before, all of a sudden are becoming better values. And Tevin Coleman, in the last round, let's look at Tevin Coleman. Offers a value rank of 83, so he's still overvalued. So I guess I'm not interested there. But Tariq would be an interesting play, and I think I like the idea of going with Tariq as our fourth. And we got Darrell Henderson right there. So Darrell Henderson definitely would not make it back to us. And where are we at? Matt Ryan just came off the board. Aaron Rodgers just came off the board. Okay, so we definitely want to take our quarterback this round. We need to get our top 3 quarterback. Baker Mayfield's the guy. So that's going to be it. So shoot, what do you think, man? Do I go with Tariq or do I go with Darrell Henderson? Certainly Tariq offers more value, and his role on that offense is substantial. This is PPR. He's a PPR player. Tariq, he value rank of 73, so he's fair value at our round. And, high reliability, 7 out of 10 consistency. His outlook is not great. Obviously, the concern about David Montgomery is huge. How much is David Montgomery going to take over that backfield? But I have a feeling it's going to be a committee, and Tariq Cohen is going to be the change of pace, passing down guy. He's also very good on the ground. So maybe we go that way. So let's just see here. All right, so what just happened? Tevin Coleman just got taken. All right. So we definitely going to take quarterback. And Tariq Cohen, man, this is very tough. Lamar Miller, what about Lamar Miller? Where is he? Because he was on the list too. Value rank 79. He doesn't offer very good value. Miles Sanders, Rashad Penny. All right. Oh, I'm so bummed out about Eckler getting sniped there. All right, so I'm going to take my quarterback. I'm going to take Baker just because I love the upside of that team. And let's go ahead. Oh, and look, Robbie Anderson's still on the board. He offers tremendous value. Oh, boy, and Robbie's not going to make it back to me, is he? Robbie Anderson, value rank 57. That's really good value. You know what? I'm just not comfortable taking Darrell Henderson at this point in the draft. I wish it was a little bit later. I was hoping I'd be able to get him on the next round. But let's go ahead. And who knows? He might make it. He is a long shot for the next round. I'm going to take Robbie Anderson. That is a tremendous trio of wide receivers. So we got Juju Smith-Schuster, Brandon Cooks, and Robbie Anderson. I love that. That is very, very strong. So I think we're in good shape right now. And we got good value in these players right now. So let's look at the next round. So who's it recommending? Larry Fitzgerald, Austin Hooper, the tight end. We don't need a tight end. Jared Goff, the quarterback. We don't need a quarterback. And in this kind of league, in these small leagues, man, 10 teams or smaller, just take one quarterback, just take one tight end. You don't need to take more than one, just because there's always going to be decent options on the waiver wire on any given week. There's going to be good matchups, and there's going to be good quarterbacks. Each of the past few seasons, we've seen many quarterbacks available after, pick 12 become every week QB1s, and including Patrick Mahomes last year. And that's who I think Baker Mayfield's going to be. So I'm very happy to have him. Let's go and look at, running backs. Let's look at running backs. So Jordan Howard, and you look at these value of these guys, and they're just terrible value. And that's the issue that we're at right now. These guys are not startable. Unless something happens, right? Royce Freeman's value makes him not startable unless Lindsey gets hurt. Darrell Henderson doesn't have any startable value unless Gurley gets hurt. So that's kind of the situation we're in now. So you're looking at you're just looking for upside guys. And if Darrell Henderson makes it back to us, that'd be great. I'll totally take him in the 9th round. I think that'd be a great choice. But these other guys, man, I am just not feeling it on any of these guys. Howard, maybe. Howard in the 9th round, that's actually, again, the value just stinks, man, and that's just the problem. Oh, someone took another queued player. On the other side, we got Larry Fitzgerald, value rank 67. Now, that's fantastic for this pick. So Larry Fitzgerald, we got Cortland Sutton, Dante Moncrief, Curtis Samuel. Okay, now if Curtis makes it to us on the next round, I absolutely want him on my team. I'm just love the buzz he's getting. He was awarded the MVP of training camp. So I'm like all in on Curtis Samuel. But you want good value, he offers good value there. So let's try to get Curtis. Let's put Larry on the queue. I already got Curtis queued up, actually. Moncrief, let's put him on the queue, too. As far as running backs, Henderson's already on the queue. Hines is PPR, but yeah, and that would actually be a good one to have because we have Marlon Mack. Just in case anything happened to Marlon Mack, that'd be a good handcuff to have. So let's put Hines on. I don't really want any of these other guys though. So it'll be Hines and Larry and Dante. Okay. All right, let's get him queued up. So there's Henderson. Hines, let's get him queued up. And for wide receivers, look, Watkins is still on the board, man. He is just getting ignored. I don't know how you could ignore that. Man, that offense is so good. Oh, Dede, there's another guy that I like. He probably won't make it back to us, though. But I'm definitely going to put him on the queue. And there's Christian Kirk. And you know what? If Kirk makes it back, I would take Kirk over Fitz just because of the, just the youth factor. And I think there's going to be some value in that passing game. There's Fitz. We'll put him on. And there's Moncrief. I'll queue him up, too. So we got tons of guys on the queue right now. Let's see here. Who else is coming off the board? So after me, let's see here. We had Delaney Walker come off. Tariq Cohen came off. Allen Robinson. Sterling Shepard. So things are happening. Things are going good. Look at all these guys are still on the board. Oh, we can remove Cam Newton because we don't need to take ourselves a second quarterback. And no defenses have been taken yet. That's not surprising, given that this is an experts league. And let's see here. So Dede, why am I not seeing Dede on the list? Where the heck is he? Where the heck did he go? Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, he's injured right now. That's why he's not appearing on my list. He's injured, and that hurts his value. So, okay, well, that's good to know. He's not my top choice anyway. But you can see, all right, there's some good guys there. So let's just go back to the list and just see who's still on the board. Drake's still on the board. Lamar Miller still on the board. Andrew Luck still on the board. So again, injured guys, they're sticking around longer than they should. A couple guys just got taken in a row. Let's see here. Kalen Ballage, Miles Sanders. Okay, so the rookie from Philly just got taken. He's making some noise, but I'm not sure. I just can't trust that backfield. That's the big issue, man. I mean, there's never been a fantasy startable running back on Philadelphia, so I don't expect it to happen this year either. It's going to be some timeshare nightmare. There's like 5 running backs on that team right now. It's ridiculous, so I just stay away from that whole situation. Duke Johnson got taken. That's an interesting pick. I would not take Duke. He did get traded to Houston just last week. So that guy is right now in it. He is trying to learn a new playbook with a new quarterback, a new coaching staff, a new offensive philosophy, coming in cold this late. He is not going to be fantasy relevant. There is no path to fantasy relevance for him. And so he is just a guy I would stay far away from. Rashad Penny finally came off. I'm not interested in Penny. Roethlisberger. Josh Gordon finally came off. Okay, so there's Gordon in the 9th round. Certainly he is a gamble, but man, he offers upside. But I got to tell you, man, I love the wide receivers on this team. We got 3 really good ones. I'm feeling very solid about that. And it's PPR. We could go 3 wide receivers each week, and I think that that's certainly a viable strategy. Someone else, one of my other Q guys just got taken. Let's see here. Who else got taken? Darrell Henderson just got taken. I did not expect him to make it back to us. He was a long shot anyway, so that is not surprising. I knew we bypassed on him, but I gotta say I'm happy that we got Robbie Anderson instead. The value there is just so good, so much better than Darrell Henderson, and who knows what's going to happen in that backfield this year anyway. So really the only guy that I'm really disappointed that we missed out on is Eckler. I really wanted Eckler. I figured I'd be able to get him at that point in the draft, but obviously someone else did too. But we could still get a piece of that backfield, right? We can still get what is that other guy's name? I'm drawing a blank on it right now. Let's look at the running backs here because you still have where is he? Well, Tony Pollard is Dallas. There he is. Justin Jackson. There he is. He's a late round pick. So, he is certainly an option. What else is happening here? So, D.D. Westbrook got taken. One of my nice picks, but again, he is injured. Sammy Watkins finally coming off the board. Okay, so interesting things are happening here. Now, Lamar Miller might not be a bad choice at this point in the draft. Lamar Miller's value is 80, and we're going to be at pick 90. So he would be a value at this point in the draft. If he somehow makes it to us, again, a depth play, he would be our he would be our fourth running back. So he would be a very safe depth play at this point. And I'm not opposed to that just because the value is there. We'll see if he makes it to us. And Drake too, Drake is still going to have a role in that team. He is a prolific pass catcher. And it's a contract year. I think he's going to be very good, but he is also dealing with that injury. We already have an injured running back, so I don't really want a second one. That's kind of stacking the risk of your team. So I think I'm just going to stay away from Kenyon. Andrew Luck is still on the board. Look at that. And, again, is he going to be ready to go week one? I'm not really concerned because, quite frankly, I like Baker Mayfield way more. I like that offense more, too, even though I do think Indianapolis has a very, very good offense. Who else is being ignored at this point? We got Will Fuller, Marvin Jones, Christian Kirk still on the board, Dante Pettis, Corey Davis. So you got guys with a lot of warts on them right now, and injury histories or coming off a significant injury, not performing really well. Like Dante Pettis, his stock has really slid recently, just because he has not done very well in the preseason. So he has been moving down the list. Who else? Who just got taken here? So Kenyon Drake just got taken. So someone finally decided that the risk on Kenyon Drake is worth a 9th round pick, and I agree. It's not a bad choice. Let's put Lamar Miller on the queue because, like I said, if he continues to get ignored for the next 3 picks, I'll take him. Who else is sitting here? We got Royce Freeman still on the board, LaShawn McCoy still on the board, Peyton Barber still on the board. These just are not great guys, not great players to have. And we definitely want to get ourselves a 4th wide receiver at some point. Curtis Samuel as our 4th wide receiver would be so awesome. That would be so great. So we'll see what happens here. Who just got taken? Royce just came off the board. All right. That's cool. Just need these last 2 guys to ignore Lamar Miller. Because, again, he's so boring. He's such a boring player. But he's a flex guy. He's absolutely a player you can start in the flex every week. Am I going to get both my guys? It's looking good right now. Marvin Jones just came off the board. So, come on, game. Don't take Lamar Miller. Don't take him. But you can see my queue is full. I got tons of options. At worst, one of those guys is going to go away, so I'm not too worried about it. And Game is going to take his time. Who else is on the board here that we're looking at? There's Jordan Howard, right? Latavius Murray's still on the board. Again, but these guys just don't offer any value. That's the problem, man. There's no startable value right now among running backs outside of Lamar Miller, who's a low-end flex. None of these other guys offer any sort of startable value. So, again, things would need to happen for them to be fantasy relevant. And so that's the issue. And it looks like Game has taken his full allotment of time to make a decision right now. So I wonder if he did not take Lamar Miller. Okay, so that is, again, good value at this point in the draft. We're at pick 90. His value rank is, where was he? There he is, 79. So he offers a full round of value for us. So that's fantastic. Curtis Samuel, my favorite wide receiver on the board right now, also offers very good value. Where is Curtis? Curtis Samuel. Where are you? Value rank of 81. So again, we're getting really good value out of these picks. These guys are both flex options, and to get them at this point in the draft is fantastic. So I'm very happy with both those picks. Very excited to see what Curtis Samuel can do this year. I really like the Carolina offense. That's one of the reasons I'm so big on Cam. But, all those players, man, I'm in on him. I'm all in. I love the Carolina offense. They are going to be really good this year. Remember, before Cam hurt his shoulder last year, they were 6-2. They were trending sky high. Cam Newton was the number 2 quarterback week in and week out. So, so anyway, I'm very excited about that. That's a great pick. So let's go to the next round. So let's go to we are now going to go to the 11th and 12th round. So who's it recommending? Oh, Terrell Williams, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Dion Lewis. Now, I got to say, Terrell Williams is a guy I've been very big on. Very, very big on his upside because he'd be playing opposite Antonio Brown. But is that going to happen? I just don't know. I mean, I said the guy has Michael Crabtree upside. Remember Crabtree a few seasons ago playing across from Amari Cooper? He was so good with Derek Carr, and I just think Terrell Williams has that kind of upside. But, man, I do not know what to do with this Antonio Brown situation. It is ridiculous. And because of that, I am just like, forget it, man. It's just not worth it. Now, MVS is now kind of the guy that I very much like on the next round. So let's definitely get him queued up. Let's just look at just the wide receivers. Now, outside of them, who else? Well, we got Moncrief as a long shot. We've already got him queued up. Washington also, who has done very well in the preseason. He's a high upside player. He'd be a good choice, but we're talking like a 5th wide receiver, and I don't know if we need to take more than 4. We got 4 that are so good right now, so very good. I don't know if we really need to take a 5th one, and so we definitely need to look at the upside. I will absolutely put MVS on my queue though, because like I said, I just love what's going on with him, and I love the buzz he's getting, and just very excited about that offense. I think the offense is going to be very good. So I'll put him on, but let's just look at the running backs, right? Because now we need to start looking at stockpiling lottery tickets, all right? And so now I don't know if any of these guys really qualify. We got Matt Breida, we got Dion Lewis, Jalen Richard, Carlos Hyde, maybe, right? Ronald Jones, not really feeling it on any of those guys. And again, look at their values. Their values are just terrible, right? I mean, Dion Lewis has okay value, but he's not startable. There's no startable value there. You can't, and even if Henry gets injured, Lewis is not going to become a RB1 because he's just not built to do that. So it's just, I mean, he might be worth it. I mean, I was going to say as a handcuff, but he's not. So let's look at the next round of running backs, because now we got some interesting choices, and Darwin Thompson, I think, should be our choice. Jalen Samuels, another great option. Both high upside players on great offenses. So let's queue those guys up. So we'll queue up MVS, Darwin, and Jalen, and we'll see what happens. So we'll go Marquez. Oh, we already got Marquez queued up. Let's go Darwin Thompson. Let's go Jalen Samuels. Now, one thing also, I can only take 8 running backs. So I think I only have 4 right now. So I've got Josh Jacobs, Marlon Mack, Derrick Henry, and Lamar Miller. Okay, yeah, so I only have 4. So let's just load up. The rest of our bench is going to be nothing but running backs. We're going to get ourselves some guys, some high upside guys, and we're going to take them before anybody else wants them. And so that's going to be our secret. Oh, look, Tony Pollard just got taken. Let's just let's just go on to the list and let's look at other running backs. Ballage was already taken. Singletary is a good option. I like Singletary. So we'll put Singletary on the queue. Damian Harris I like. That's a great choice. Justice Hill I like. Pollard's gone now. Justin Jackson, let's put him on too. So let's see here. So on this round, let's put Singletary on. I think Singletary is the best choice on that round. Singletary taken. Oh, all right. Singletary's taken. Let's go Damian Harris and Justice Hill. Damian Harris. Someone just took one of my queued players. Justice Hill. Queue him up. Who else do I want? Justin Jackson. Justin Jackson right there. Let's queue him up. Let's see here. Anybody else? I mean, Alexander Madison maybe. I'm not really thrilled with anything there. Anyone on the last round? I'm looking here. I mean, there's Raquel Armistead back up to Fournette. Let's put him on too. Let's put on Raquel. There he is. Let's put on Alexander Madison. All right. Tons of guys. Look at all those guys we got queued up. Billions of them. Right? We're going to get a ton of them. Who's been taken here? So we got James Washington, Larry Fitzgerald, Andrew Luck finally got taken. Cam Newton finally got taken. Wow, that's a deal, man. We could have waited on Cam Newton. I don't know. I'm happy with Baker Mayfield, to tell you the truth. I'm very happy. I'm not going to have too many leagues with Baker on my team because you need to take him so early, and most of my other leagues are 12-team, so I go as late as I possibly can on a quarterback. So this is probably going to be the only league that I have Baker Mayfield in, but I'm super happy to have him. So one of my other guys just got taken. Who got taken? Christian Kirk. All right. Larry Fitzgerald just got taken. Those are great value at this point in the draft. Those are good picks. James Washington, there's a good pick right there. Yeah. So there's some, there's some good stuff happening on these other teams. I'm very complimentary, but I got to say I'm very happy with how this team is turning out. We've got we got great wide receiver draft. I mean, the 4 wide receivers we have are so good. I'm very, very happy with that. And, we're also super early on this draft. So I think I might even go, I guess I can't. I'm going to max out at 8 running backs. Cuz I was going to say, why don't we just take 2 more running backs in the final 2 rounds instead of a defense and a kicker, but it's not going to be worth it. I'm not going to be able to do it anyway. I mean, I could take some late wide receivers, but I don't really care about any other wide receivers right now. We're not going to need to worry about wide receivers on this team. Let's see here. So we've got Juju by week 7, Brandon Cooks by week 9, Robbie Anderson by week 4, Curtis Samuel by week 7. Yeah, we're good. We're totally good with that. We can cover everybody. And in these smaller leagues also, there's always going to be good players on the waivers. And that's the other thing you got to know is you're always going to be able to find some quality players available on the waivers in smaller leagues. And so you don't need to worry about it a whole lot. That's why I'm only taking 1 quarterback and 1 tight end, is because should something happen, or like the bye week, right? I'll just pick someone up. It'll be fine. It's not going to hurt my team that much. So, but look at all these guys, man. Look at this. And I might be tempted to take Marquez, but I really want to get as many of these guys as possible. There's that darn error message again, that stupid thing. I'm going to have to figure that out. So, but Hines, I'm not really interested. But Darwin Thompson and Jalen Samuels on the next round, love it. Final round, we'll go Damian Harris and Justice Hill, or maybe Jackson, just to get the piece of that offense. But I wouldn't mind having a piece of the Baltimore offense too. I really, really want to see what that offense can do. It looks fun. It looks super fun. Old school, triple option football, I just have a soft spot in my heart for that kind of a team. And Justice Hill is getting buzz that he has the same sort of skill set that Alvin Kamara has. And so if he could become the Alvin Kamara of that team, that would be huge, right? So let's see who's going now. So we've got who got taken? So Christian Kirk, and then we got Jordan Howard, Dante Pettis, Latavius Murray. Those are all decent choices at this point in the draft, man. That's perfectly fine. A lot of guys getting ignored though, and there will still be tons of guys on the waiver wire when we're done that are, again, you can just pick them up, no big deal. So, yeah. But I got to tell you, if we get Darwin and Darwin becomes the starter for the Kansas City Chiefs, holy cow, we're going to win our league. Just because of the value, right? And hopefully I don't get sniped in the next 3 picks here, because that would just break my heart. But let's just kind of review the team, man. So I got Baker Mayfield as my quarterback. I got Travis Kelce as my tight end. Again, both these guys are top 3 players week in, week out. They might not rate Baker at top 3 at the beginning of the season, but once we get a game or 2 in where we see what that offense does, I'm telling you what, it's gonna be the same kind of thing we saw last year with Patrick Mahomes. Okay, like the first week he was rated very well, but I think Baker Mayfield will probably be top 6 to start the season, but after a few games, I think he's going to be top 3. And he's going to perform as a top 3 during those early weeks when he doesn't have as good of a projection because the experts haven't come around. But okay, so running backs: Josh Jacobs, Marlon Mack, Derrick Henry, Lamar Miller, and then we're going to get 4 more, right? And then for our wide receivers, Juju Smith-Schuster, Brandon Cooks, Robbie Anderson, and Curtis Samuel. I love that. Man, that's so good. So we are sitting pretty. It is almost back to our pick. None of our guys have been sniped yet. So we're doing very well here. And again, we're going all upside on these players, man. We are rolling the dice. And why not? Why not roll as many dice as you possibly can in the draft, especially when it comes to running backs, because there's always going to be guys emerging that are going to come out of nowhere and going to be huge. And Eckler was one of those guys, and I missed him. But we are moving along here. Game has taken his full allotment of time. Come on, Game. Aren't you looking at the players before you get to your pick? So let's go ahead and all right. So my guy didn't get taken. Who got taken? Oh, MVS got taken. Okay, and then Emmanuel Sanders got taken. Oh, look at that. And Russell Wilson just got taken. That's interesting. Russell Wilson still on the board this late. All right, so here we go. Dice roll: Darwin Thompson and Jalen Samuels. So again, the upside on both these guys is enormous. If the lead back goes out, those guys are RB1 guarantees, okay? Carlos Hyde, I am not scared of. The dude's 29. He has not been significant in 2 seasons. He's been passed off. This is now his 4th team in 2 seasons. So I do not think he is going to be a threat. He does not catch the ball. And Damian Williams does not strike me as a very durable player. So I was very big on Williams earlier in the season, but I'm not nearly as big on him now. So I like that we got another piece of the Kansas City offense and another piece of the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. I think both are going to be really great this year. And then next round, Damian Harris, one of my favorite picks. Again, remember how I said I don't like to take New England running backs before pick 100? Well, I love to take him after pick 100 because that's when they become fantasy relevant. Last year, Rex Burkhead was the guy that you had to take at like pick number 65. But who were the guys after pick 100? Well, you had Sony Michel at pick 100, and you had James White at pick like 142, almost undrafted. And those guys were the guys you wanted to own. Harris has been very good. He did very well in the preseason game yesterday. He is going to be the starter at some point during the season. I don't have a lot of confidence in Sony Michel, so Sony Michel gets injured. Damian Harris is going to be the one. He's going to be valuable. You're going to want to start him. And then Justice Hill, again, a huge upside play, total gamble, total roll of the dice. But I think I'm going to give him 1 month. I'm going to give him till week 4 to show me what he can do. And I'm betting it's going to happen. So he's good enough. At the worst, he's going to be the change of pace guy on that offense. But at best, the guy's going to become the next Alvin Kamara. And that's the kind of guys you want on your team. And I remember 2 seasons ago, I was in my friend's league, and my one friend at the end of the draft, last pick, he was like sending me messages like, Jim, are you there? I'm like, yes. He's like, okay, Jim, sit down. I'm like, okay, I'm sitting down, man. What's up? He's like, I just want you to be sitting down when I show you this because you're not going to believe this pick. And I'm like, oh, really? Okay, wow. All right, well, what's going on? He's like, okay, here it comes. And then he took Alvin Kamara. Well, guess who won that fantasy league that year, man? He did, because he got him in the 16th round. It was just crazy. So, so anyway, that's just my little story about Alvin Kamara, and I just feel Justice Hill is the same kind of player. And I'm real excited to see what Baltimore can do this year. So it's nice to have a piece of that offense as well. And then, again, if one of those guys gets sniped before our next pick, Justin Jackson, Raquel Armstead, Alexander Madison, they're fine. I might look to maybe pick up one more wide receiver. Well, let's look at the wide receivers. Is there anyone that I'm still really interested in? Moncrief is still on the board, so I could take Moncrief if he makes it back to us. Who else? Let's see here. Oh, look at that. Kiki Kuti is still on there. Geronimo Allison's still on there, so I could still get a piece of the Green Bay offense if I wanted to. There's Terrell, but again, Terrell I would love. Oh, someone just took one of my cute guys. Who'd they take? Justin Jackson. Yeah, the other Charger. Okay, I'm fine with that. I don't think Justin Jackson is going to get enough work. Austin Eckler is the one that's going to get the work. So, but let's see here. And Terrell Williams, I might take Terrell. Oh, someone else got sniped. Who else got taken? Oh, Moncrief. Okay, that's fine. But Terrell, again, he's in a great situation. He's going to see an increase in the volume, and he's proven that he can be an RB2. He did it a few seasons ago in the Chargers, but then he kind of got relegated down to the 3 role and just hasn't been able to do enough since Mike Williams got on that team. But he's good. He's a good player, and he's in a good situation. So, are you in or are you out, Antonio Brown? Are you in or are you out? Just answer the damn question. Oh, it's so annoying. TJ Hawkinson just got taken. That's a gamble. I have no interest in rookie tight ends. They're like rookie quarterbacks. They're like kryptonite to me. I don't touch them. I just don't think there's any value in those guys. And let's see who is still on the tight ends that would still be good. I mean, look, David Njoku's still on. Austin Hooper, Jordan Reed. I mean, look at these guys. There's so many good tight ends that are still on the board. Greg Olsen is certainly very, very passable and has the potential to be a tight end 1. I actually have him rated as my tight end 13, but still very good. Mark Andrews, another guy, great upside player. Jack Doyle, I mean, geez, man, don't take a second tight end. Just don't do it. Don't do it. There's plenty of good choices on the board. You're going to be able to find a replacement should anything happen to your starting tight end. Don't even worry about it, especially in these smaller leagues, man. Who else? No, nobody else has been taken here. Oh, everybody's getting all like cerebral. Like, oh, who am I going to take now? We're at the very end. Oh, Geronimo Allison just got taken. Okay, that's a fair shot at this point in the draft. The Bears defense just came off the board. First defense. Round 12. Well, that's about right. Again, there are several defenses that I'm very interested in. We'll get to those in just a few minutes. But you don't need to spend an early pick on a defense. There's not that much of an advantage to doing it, and you're always going to be able to find. I always stream defenses, so I just look at who's got great early season schedules. Okay, so here's my list. You've got the Pats, the New England Patriots, got a great early season schedule. The Bills have a great early season schedule. Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys. Those are my 4 picks. I'm always able to get one at the end. And we'll like I said, we're going to take the kicker and we'll take the defense, and with our last 2 picks, we'll still get some great options. Deion Lewis got taken. See, that's like a worthless pick. He's never going to be startable for your team. Never, ever, ever. So we'll see. But overall, I feel pretty good about this team, man. I got to say. Very, very nice. We got some good depth, which is what you want, especially in the running back position, and we got some great high upside players late. Man, I'm very excited that we got both Darwin and Jalen. Wow. I mean, both those guys. I think Jalen has standalone value. I think he's going to be flex worthy this season anyway. But if Connor goes down, man, sky's the limit. RB1, automatic RB1. Same with Darwin. Anything happens to Damian Williams, Darwin's the one, and he will be the RB1. So very happy with that. What else do we have? LaShawn McCoy just got taken. Not surprising. Greg Olsen. See? You don't need to take a second tight end. You just don't need to. There's still so many good ones on the board. I mean, David Njoku is one that I would absolutely want to have. I would consider him a tight end one just because of the offense. I think the opportunities are going to be there, and they are going to be scoring a lot of points. And so that's what you want, man. High-flying offense, good tight end, they can catch the ball. Yeah, Njoku does it. So Deshaun Jackson just got taken. See, a couple of guys have dropped off here because we're at the end. I'm sure they probably have it all auto-queued up. But this is a nice draft. It's going a little long here at the end. It should go faster. Come on, guys. Why are you really being so strenuous about what you're taking? Matt Breida, someone, no fantasy value there. There's no startable fantasy value. So, just not worth the pick. I would love to be able to see we can look at the other teams. I want to see, so we got the piggy. Let's see what he picked. So he's the one that got Mahomes. That's pretty good. James Conner, Phillip Lindsay, that's a nice pair. Hopkins and Thielen, that's a nice wide receiver core. Walker, a little risky. That's a little risky. I definitely want a backup tight end if I took him. Tyler Lockett, I'm not interested in Tyler Lockett at all, just because he gets such a minuscule amount of volume. He does a lot with it. He's very efficient, but he just doesn't get enough volume to be worth a pick. Coleman, again, he got it overvalued. Sutton, no interest in Denver wide receivers, man. It's Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco hasn't made a fantasy relevant wide receiver in years. Don't even bother with any receiver from the Denver Broncos. Ebron, that's a nice backup to Walker. That's a nice pair. I mean, I think it's all right. Russell Wilson, again, backup quarterback. You don't need it. You got Mahomes, bro. You got Mahomes. What are you taking Russell Wilson for? It's a wasted pick. Kareem Hunt, again, you're going to sit. Oh, look at that. A couple guys just got taken. Couple guys just got sniped. Who got sniped? Did Justice get? They didn't take Justice, did they? Oh, they didn't. They did. Someone took my Justice. Oh, that makes me mad. Yeah, Justice just got taken. Oh, that. Bummer. I'm really bummed out about that. That's all right. I'll live. So let's go ahead and we'll definitely take Damian Harris then. And, I could take Terrell. I just don't think we need to take either Madison or Reichwell. Should anything happen, we'll pick them up off of waivers, right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to take Damian, and I'm going to take Terrell just because I really like the upside of that player. And so we got 7 running backs and 5 wide receivers. And now we move to our defenses and our kickers. So, so again, there's the Bills, there's the Pats. Let's just look at the defenses. The Bills, the Pats, the Eagles, and the Cowboys, right? We'll have our pick. And then we're going to be like the first one in the final round, so we should be able to get a great kicker. That should be good. And look, there's still so many good ones. We'll see how many of them make it back to us. But, the ones I've been getting in most every draft, you got Vinatieri. He's a great choice. Prater's a good choice. Tavecchio's a good choice. Again, my general sentiment on kickers is get a kicker on a good offense that plays in a dome. That's all you need to do. So there's lots of good choices. Oh, Brett Maher in Dallas. I think that's a good choice. Mason Crosby, one of my personal favorites just because he's a buff. Go Buffs. Any others? Oh, Dan Bailey, Minnesota. Yeah, those are all good choices. So we're loaded. We're fine. We're totally going to get someone good. So now we can see. Oh, I can't believe someone took Justice. Oh, the fornicators. Oh, I'm going to send him a nasty note. But that's all right. Damien, I'm super psyched to have. Terrell Williams is going to be great. So it'll be good. And Peyton Barber got taken. Michael Gallup got taken. You want to deal with the Tampa Bay backfield? I don't. I do not want to deal with that. Oh, shoot. I got one more bench slot. Oh, boy. All right. Hold on. Now, did I take, I should be able to take someone else, right? How about wide receivers? It's telling me I can't. That's weird. What am I supposed to do with that last bench slot? With a, huh. Oh, I'm not looking at my team. Oh, it's been a long draft. Okay, yes, my bench is all full up, and all I have is my defense and my kicker. Okay. All right, fine. Oh, my gosh. Okay. I'm doing all right. Who do we got? Let's hear Anthony Miller. Mark Andrews. Again, that's the tight end that I very much like late. Dak Prescott. Let's look at the quarterbacks. I mean, what quarterbacks are still on the board? Oh, I know I can't take him. I just want to see him. Ugh, fine. We'll wait till the end. Maybe it'll show us then. But anyway, like and comment if you want to see, if you want to see the, let me know what you think of the team. It's very strong. Obviously, I lack an RB1, but this is PPR. I'm going to make it up on the other categories. Absolutely, my wide receivers are both wide receiver ones. I mean, Cooks is a little bit outside, but a high-end RB2. And then Kelce, number 1. Mayfield, number 2. I mean, these guys are all solid good. And then the bench depth is just fantastic, man. I mean, Robbie Anderson and Curtis Samuel on my bench. Lamar Miller on my bench. And then, Darwin Thompson, Jalen Samuels, Damian Harris, Terrell Williams, great depth. So 5 wide receivers, more than enough for this fantasy season. We're well set. And it's going to be hard to improve that wide receiver core. And who knows? I might be able to trade. Maybe I'll be able to trade for an RB a running back that I like. Maybe someone be willing to trade Connor to me for somebody. We'll see. We'll see. I'm probably not going to do any trades preseason though. Let's see here. What else is happening here? Who just got taken? Jordan Reed just got taken. Lamar Jackson just got taken. That's another quarterback I'm very interested in this year. If you go to the late quarterback strategy. But we are at an hour, 22 minutes in this draft. Oh, it's going so slow. Come on, guys. Finish it up. Finish it up. It shouldn't take this long. Let's look at some of the other teams. Let's see what the other teams got. So we already reviewed him. Let's look at Dak in yellow. So he went Ryan and let's see here, Jones and Michelle. Oh, man, problematic running back core. Michael Thomas, Odell Beckham, again, problematic, man. High risk, man, lots of injury risk here. Ingram, solid. Cooper, risky. Oh, man, this guy has a risky lineup, man. I would not take these players, man. Holy cow, that's a risky bunch. Tariq Cohen, Marvin Jones, Carlos Hyde, Sanders, Davis, Hines, Barber. Meh. It's very meh. Very meh. I'm not scared of Dak in yellow. Let's look at the fornicators, though. These guys snipe me, man. I'm so mad at them. Aaron Rodgers, solid choice. Chubb and Montgomery, very much high upside guys, but Chubb, hard to trust, man, after week 9. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens to that backfield when Kareem Hunt comes back, and that's the big risk with Chubb. Adams, rock solid. Mike Williams, I think, decent choice. O.J. Howard, I don't like him. He doesn't offer a lot of value, and there's 2 tight ends that catch passes on that team, and Bruce Arians doesn't feature the tight end a lot for passing. They're there for blocking. That's what he says. Chris Carson, fine choice. I like Chris Carson. Let's see here on the bench. Robinson, Freeman, Fuller, MVS, you sniped me. Justin Jackson, sniped me. Justice Hill, sniped me. See, this guy sniped a bunch of my picks, man. I'm mad at you. Fornicator He's going to be. It's a decent team. It's pretty neat. Fantasy football squad. Let's look at this guy. Carson Wentz, decent choice. David Johnson, decent choice. Damian Williams. That's, again, it's a good choice, but risky, man. And I got Darwin, so I'm much happier that I got Darwin. Julio Jones, T.Y. Hilton, that's great. That's a great pair right there. That's very good. Zach Ertz, solid. James White, good. That's all right. Who else? And he's the one that took Eckler. Oh, you suck, man. You suck. Sam Shepard, good. Drake, Murray, Moncrief, Andrews. That's a pretty good bench, man. I like his bench. This is a decent team. He's gonna be challenging this year. He's gonna be challenging. Let's look at Team the Sportsman. Andrew Luck. Oh, as your QB1. Did you take a second QB? Dak Prescott. All right. We'll see what happens. Barkley, great, right? Mixon, great. That's actually nice. That's a nice pair. He was able to get Mixon late. That's very fortunate. Given that he was the first pick, right? Keenan Allen, Galladay, that's pretty good. Kittle, great, right? Kupp, very risky. He already took the Jaguars defense. Who do we got? We got Geis, Ballage, Singletary, Pettis, Hawkinson, Prescott. So not bad. I mean, I like his bench running backs. Those guys all have upside. But we'll see if they become fantasy relevant. That's the big question, right? So, Fanta's hot shot. Let's take a look at these guys. Kyler Murray, oh man, overrated. I'm telling you what, man, don't draft rookie quarterbacks. They're not worth the pick. Le'Veon Bell, Dalvin Cook, oh, risky, man. Edelman, risky. Diggs is good. McDonald's good. I love Fournette, risky. Oh, there's a lot of injury risk on this team. Look at that, man. I mean, Edelman and Cook and Fournette in your starting lineup, that's a lot of risk. Who does he have? He's got Landry, Sanders, Watkins, Howard, Geronimo Allison, David Njoku, Jordan. Oh, look, he took 3 tight ends. Why, man? Fournette, that's stupid. That's just a waste of bench space, man. Oh, all right. Oh, it's almost our pick, but a couple guys just got taken. But we still have the Patriots defense and all kicker. Oh, look, they took all my favorite defenses. Oh, how dare they? How dare they? But look, the Rams are still here. The Vikings are still here. The Saints. These are good defenses, but they just have terrible early season schedules. That's the issue with them. But if game doesn't snipe the Patriots, we'll just take the Pats. And the Pats have a great, the first 4 weeks is great. And they start out at home against the Steelers. And you know how Ben Roethlisberger is on the road. He's not very good. There's going to be opportunities for the defense to score points. So should be a good game. So, come on, game. Oh, why are you taking your full time? Just finish. Let's go to the next rant. Let's go to Team Lemon. Deshaun Watson, good choice. Christian McCaffrey, great choice. Freeman, risky, but good. Tyreek, that's great choice. Jeffrey is a good choice. Henry is good, but again, very risky. Gordon, very risky. Let's see here. Duke Johnson, that's a wasted pick. Dede Westbrook is good. Crowder, risky. Kirk is a good pick. Breed is a wasted pick. LaShawn Jackson, I think it's a wasted pick too. All right, so let's go and let's finish this sucker up. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Patriots. And then for a kicker, you know what? Tavecchio. Atlanta has 12 games in a dome this year. It's awesome. They're going to be a great offense. I'm going to go with Tavecchio. We'll go with Tavecchio, and that will finish out our team. So let's just do one final review. So Baker Mayfield's the quarterback. The tight end is Travis Kelce. The running backs, Josh Jacobs, Marlon Mack, Derrick Henry, Lamar Miller, Darwin Thompson, Jalen Samuels, and Damian Harris. I love the running backs. I think we got a ton of upside on these running backs. Very excited about that. Wide receivers, rock solid. Juju Smith-Schuster, Brandon Cooks, Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel, Terrell Williams. Can't ask for any better than that. That's great. Our defense is the Patriots. Our kicker is Tavecchio. I'm very happy. This went very, very well. I did miss out on a couple of players that I really wanted, but that's all right. We were able to find suitable alternatives. I think probably the weakest part of this team is The starting running backs, Jacobs and Mack, those guys are both 2s. It would be nice to have an RB1 in there, but if I did that, I would have had to sacrifice Juju Smith-Schuster, and I'm just thrilled to have Juju on this team. So we are looking good. I'm very happy. So thanks for watching. I know this has been a long video, but anyway, we are in good shape. We're ready to go for the fantasy season. I'm very excited to take this team and see what it can do. So thanks for watching. Have yourself a good evening and happy drafting, everybody.